time to talk.
It's 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 time to talk.
From the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway, welcome to the 2025 season opener of the Mars Xfinity Series. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by Virtual to Reality, bringing the thrill of racing from the screen to the speedway. We're live here on Green Flag TV, and we're glad you could join us for all the action. Marty Sakala with you, alongside Emmett Crow, Dustin Allis, our producer in Mission Control. And Emmett, when you talk about starting a season, there's no stage bigger than Daytona. The draft, the alliances, the unknowns, everything that defines super speedway racing about to unfold.
Well, good evening to you, Marty, and hello, folks, and welcome to Daytona. Yeah, that's exactly right, Marty. Just like you don't know what's going to happen here. It's a toss-up, and it's been a toss-up ever since we got into the late 2000s to the 2010s to now the 2020s. Anybody can win this race, and I'm excited to get this thing going.
Absolutely. You've got a hungry field. You've got veterans trying to chase momentum, rookies looking for that first splash, and a track where absolutely anyone can win here at Daytona. As you take a look at the regular season here so far, it's a 12-13 race chase here in the 2025 season. Races continue weekly until December 16th when we'll crown a champion here. There's a lot of exciting stuff here about to unfold.
Yeah, definitely a lot of it's a very peculiar variety of tracks. I mean, we start at Daytona, and then we head to the Cookie Cutter in the Heartland in Kansas, and then we go to Iowa, the .88 mile oval, and then we go to Homestead in Nashville. So great 5 tracks to start off this season for sure.
Absolutely. Do you take a look overhead of the 2.5 mile racetrack here, and we're just moments away from going racing here at the World Center of Racing. Tonight's race also brought to you by our friends at Admin Box, a purpose-built hardware tool designed to simplify race control for iRacing League admins. Rather than typing commands or relying on complex key bindings, Admin Box offers a physical button box that connects via USB with pre-programmed commands tailored specifically for race management tasks. Its button features LED backlighting for easy visibility, making it ideal for fast-paced and high-pressure race environments. In essence, it transforms asynchronous typing into quick tactile control, allowing you to trigger cautions, manage drivers, handle pit commands, and more, all with the press of a button. Go on over to adminbox.com when purchasing. Use code MARS-BOX, that's box with 2 X's on it, for 10% off all orders. And check out what they have to offer. And don't forget, again, to put in code MARS-BOX with 2 X's for a 10% discount. And by 4 Mile Media and Design. 4 Mile provides professional creative services tailored to the community, such as custom paint schemes and graphics, race winner overlays and event graphics, and video clipping and editing. At 4 Mile, we make your racing moments look as sharp off the track as they do on it. Go on over to 4mile.net and check them out, and don't forget to use the code MARS15 for a discount. And again, tonight's race is brought to you by our friends at Virtual to Reality TV. Virtual to Reality.tv for iRacing tournaments and special events. In fact, 4 of the Mars Xfinity Series drivers competed in V2R races just to win a race sponsorship, which is a pretty cool deal.
That's awesome.
So qualifying again underway here at the moment. A lot of time left here in the session where Daniel Harsey currently quickest down the track at a 51.18, and you're right now boarding with Alex Campbell in the 12, and the big key to qualifying here at the same time is, without question, you want to make sure, Emmett, lap 1, you're on the high side. Make sure you get that engine up to temp as hot as possible. And then on lap number 2, got to get all the way to the bottom as you can without trying to make too many turns, too much car control.
Absolutely. As we see right there, some cars will even shoot on that apron going through the tri-oval. But yeah, right here, Marty, you just want to get it right there in the corners. You want to be right on that yellow line. And then when you get to the straightaways, you just want that car just to drift up as close as the wall is, and that's where all that speed is for sure.
Daniel Harsey quickest on track, 51.041. Justin Barkley second, just 0.02 off the pace. You see Alex Campbell riding things down on the Daytona super stretch into turn number 3. Again, try to make sure you're hugging that double yellow line, but want to make sure at the same time you're not right on the apron, because that can lead to a lot of issues where the car can definitely freak out on you.
Yeah, definitely can, because as they say, Marty, they say that paint is slicker than Alsnot, and that's true, because it's just like a cat on a hot metal roof. Because when you get it down there, there's no grip and it's flat down on the apron. So yeah, you'll definitely be spinning for sure. That's a sweet.
Watching Ed Brown here, absolutely. Ed Brown thinking outside the bun here, is on his first lap off of turn number 2, second lap rather. Actually, no correction. I am right. His first lap time.
Probably gonna have his 4th mil after this qualifying round. Oh, goodness. Do you think he gets a speed boost, Marty, running the Taco Bell car?
We'll just have to see. If the race was late at night, yes.
Oh, goodness. Be green smoke coming from the back of that car.
Brown last year finishing 6th in points. Watching Colton Manich in the 00. Manich a rookie on the tour this season with the Mars Xfinity Series.
You gotta live Moss.
Exactly. Sometimes you do.
Oh, goodness.
Checkers waving here on Brown's lap this time. A better lap at a 51.086 as Brown goes 7th quick here in qualifying. Todd Slauson in the... Oh, look at that. That's perfect. We go from Taco Bell to Baja Blast.
That's what I was thinking.
Lap 2 time here for Todd Slauson, the 22. Betters his lap up to 3rd quick, 51.046. And that leads... Look at those lap times here as well. I'm at top 4 times, just separated by 1/100th of a second.
Yeah, definitely, and it's going to be awesome when we get all these cars on track, seeing how they work in the draft, and those times are going to pick up, the tires are going to get warm, and we're going to have some great action tonight at Daytona for sure.
Taking a ride on board with Manich here in the 00.
What is on the front of that car? It says something racing.
5 starts last season for Manich, 2 top 5s and 4 top 10s. Coming across the line, a slower lap on lap number 2, 51.223. You'll see some drivers from time to time, they will...
Oh my gosh!
Hopefully he's okay. You'll see drivers sometimes decide, you know what, we'll go as low as possible, but that doesn't get the engine as hot as possible. Brandon Puffenbarger, excuse me, in the number 5 car. 19th quick in qualifying. Here's Chance Manning in the 54, defending series champion in the Mars Xfinity Series. His lap 1 time, 51.933. That's good enough for 21st on the speed charts. And now he just hugs that double yellow line here, Emmett.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say, though, actually caught a couple of Brandon's races with Racers Elite, so really cool to see him again, once again, racing in this league.
Manning last season's champion by 2 points on Puffenbarger.
Wow.
Definitely came down to the wire there at Chicagoland Speedway last season.
That'd
And
be
so
interesting.
obviously a much better lap here coming from Chance Manning. Brian White clocks up to 13th. Here's the time for Manning. He goes up to 7th, 51.070. And so Manning 7th quick here in qualifying. Got 5 drivers left to go here. This is Caleb McKinney in car number 76.
The Newport machine.
McKinney, pair of wins last season, 9 top 5s, 11 top 10s.
I've never seen a Newport car, but man, that thing's as cool as a pack of Newport menthols for sure.
McKinney 51.24. Remember, consume wisely.
Well,
Four drivers yet to qualify, but don't believe they'll be able to get a lap up here in time. So they'll start from the back. R.J. Castle, Dennis Kane, Jarrett Larder, and Michael Cole. Actually, correction, not R.J. Castle. Caleb McKinney making his way through 3 and 4. He's the final qualifier here. McKinney across the line here. Second lap time is better by 1/10 of a second. He goes up to 14th, 51.11. So Daniel Harsey on the pole for tonight's race at a 51.041 by 0.02 of a second on Justin Barkley. That's the choose cone. This is a unique rule in iRacing. Obviously, iRacing has yet to adapt to that format. But hey, you know what? When it doesn't happen, find a way. Right, Emmett?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I was about to ask, what the heck is that thing on pit road?
I just switch it. Yeah, it's the choose cone. It's a bright cone. It's not an orange cone.
I was supposed to say, so what do you do? Just
You see, inside, out, it's perfect. We'll explain that as we go racing here later on this evening. If when we get our first caution flag of the evening, but drivers grading up. That's where each winner wants to be by the end of the night. Let's meet the field and give you your starting lineup. As Daniel Harsey on pole position by 2,000ths over Justin Barkley in car number 57. That's the front row. Row number 2, Todd Slauson in the 22. Next to Corey Crow in the 20. Keep an eye on that top 4, separated by 100th. Josh Neal rounds out the top 5. He's in car number 82. Next to Wayne Garland in the 84. The fourth row gives us Chance Manning in the 54, next to Will Moore in the 38. And rounding out your top 10 this evening, Ed Brown in the 21 and Jordan Lawrenson in the 3. Emmett, 11 through 20.
Yeah, so then we're going to find Shane Griffin in the 4 Mountain Dew machine, lined up next to Dylan Ayler in the 92 on the outside. Then you're going to find Keith Ayers in the 39, lining up next to Mr. Caleb McKinney, who we just watched running the Newport machine on the outside. Then we're going to find Brian White in the 48 Bass Pro Shop machine, lined up next to the 42 of Angel Hernandez on the outside. Then you're going to find Alex Campbell in the 12, lined up next to Michael Garvey in the 13 machine on the outside. Then you're going to find Zach Grinsteiner lined up next to Wesley Triplett on the outside in the 74 machine. Then you're going to find
11. Row number 11 gives us Michael Smith in car number 45. Brandon Puffenbarger in the number 5 machine. In row 12, that's Colton Manich in the 00. Jared Larder in the 2. The rest of the drivers here that decided not to take time here. Dennis Kane, the 99, ignored the choose cone of Raymond Castle or RJ Castle. Michael Cole rounds out the grid here this evening. So 26 drivers will take the green for the season opener for the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series Xfinity Series here at the World Center of Racing at Daytona. Field gritty here for their lone pace lap. Take a look at the race analysis here for this evening. 80 laps the distance around Daytona, 200 miles. There will be a stage break at lap number 30 that will give drivers a chance to receive 1 bonus point. 8 degrees the air temp, 98 the track temp. Cloudy conditions here, which will mean for some fast laps around Daytona. The wind blowing southeast at 13 miles an hour, so tailwind could be a factor. Like I mentioned, 80 laps the distance here. Pit road speed at 60 miles an hour. Drivers will have 4 sets of tires. There is 1 fast repair. And keep in mind this as well. It's a 65% fuel limit. So because of that, expect the fuel window to be between 28 to 30 laps. That could make things interesting for the stage break, for that bonus point here, Emmett, tonight.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be interesting. This is the season opener, so it's always important to get those stage points to solidify your place. Because, I mean, Marty, that could be the difference between making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. So it's always important to get that stage point for sure.
Always a good way to start the season here at Daytona. Long bank turns, a wide track, 2 racing lines, sometimes 3. And the aero and the draft dominate. Whenever you win at Daytona, it's something special for sure. Field makes the way off of turn 4. And we're set for the first green flag of season number 6 of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We're glad you could join us on Green Flag TV. Marty Sakala, Emmett Crow, Dustin Allis with you. Pace car is on pit road. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? It's showtime at the World Center of Racing. Field getting up to speed as they head down the super stretch for the first time. It's Daniel Harsey with the race lead, but the field 2 by 2 at speeds of 180 miles an hour. That's Todd Slauson in the 22, giving a push to Harsey. He's got the field cleared with the race lead early here as they make their way through turns number 3 and 4. We've got about a full pack of about 25 cars or so. No one dropping out except for one for right now. Lap with the line, give it to Daniel Harsey. Front 2, though, are cleared here at the moment, Emmett, while Josh Neal and Justin Barkley side by side for 3rd.
Yeah, we see Josh Neal and Josh Barkley side by side. It's the Justin Barkley, not Josh. It's the Josh and Justin show. But look at Justin go up to the top line, trying to get some drafted help from I can't see who that is. Trying to get some drafted help on the top line and getting that push. So the top line's coming into play. So we should go 2 by 2 by 2 by 2.
That second driver on the top, Corey Crowell in the 20, Wayne Garland behind in the 84 Supra. As Harsey's going to continue to lead here off of turn number 4. You know, when you think about iRacing and the super speedway physics it's been known for in the past, we've typically seen it, Emmett. The high side's the place to be on the straightaways, the low line in the corners. You take it right on board here with Corey Crowell. How much he's lifting.
Yeah, just trying to drag that brake so he doesn't run into the back of Justin Barkley, so that there's not too much damage, cause the big one early on, but doing a great job, giving a little push down the backstretch, just dragging the brake, staying in the draft, doing a great job. Is Mr. Justin Barkley leading this high side.
Barkley trying to get a run for the race lead. 3 Toyotas lined up on the top with a Ford behind them and Will Moore in that 38. But now to get a run here through turns number 3 and 4. Harsey to continue to lead here for right now at the moment. Really all about a game of patience. You see everyone is creating some gaps for each other. You don't want to take the risk, obviously, in bump draft here in the opening laps. Try and cause a wreck. Everyone's still taking her nice and easy here at the start of this 80-lap race.
Yeah, just taking her nice and easy, just trying to find their dance partner and seeing what they can do, seeing what their car's going to do. Just, everything's... I think this is the calm before the storm, Marty, for sure.
And that storm may have been coming early. Todd Slauson saw Chance Manning move up the outside, and Slauson caught upstairs. This allows Joshua Neal to get underneath, move up to the runner-up position as Slauson and Manning go door-to-door for the bottom step of the podium. Off in turn 4. Now Neal pokes his nose upstairs and goes side-by-side with Harsey. Do we have a new leader at the line? Nope, it's Harsey for right now, but Neal with a big run on the outside.
Yeah, Neal having drafting help from Slauson, really trying to get Slauson giving him a big push going into the corner, but Cersei's able to keep it. I mean, Harsey, excuse me. I got my names mixed up. Harsey's able to keep it over Josh Neal, but Neal's getting a big shot right. Oh, Neal's blinking bad.
From the race leader, Daniel Harsey, and yep, you're right. Do not want to have those netcode issues, especially on a super speedway. Not only that, especially when you're leading and you have basically nowhere to go except on the outside. Now, 82 of Neal's aware of that. He'll take a line right up next to the safer barrier and give the rest of the pack some room. And so, but it's still getting a little interesting where you just cringe for dear life for right now, and it could lead to some bad netcode issues.
Yeah, just some bad netcode issues. You hate to see that because I mean, as a driver, that's where you're very nervous. Well, as we see another blinker, but you're very nervous because you don't know where they're going to come in. Oh, that's Josh Neal.
Yeah, Neal was the. Oh, hey, got a second. One driver below the double yellow line. That's Shane Griffin in the 4. Kind of a smart decision as well at the same time. I don't know if he got sideways or not off of turn 2. However, though, Griffin, you know, sometimes it's not bad of a key here at these super speedways, Emmett. You want to play her safe than sorry. You don't want that bonus point. That's no big deal. You want to make sure your car is up there right at the finish. That's when it's most important.
Yeah, Griffin really using his melon right there, you know, getting out of the line and trying to drop to the back because I think he thinks something's about to happen for sure.
Sometimes got to play her safe than sorry. Here's a look at what happened with the 4 again of Griffin. There was some contact off of turn 2, a little love tap by the 39 car. That's Keith Ayers there in that Ford Mustang. Luckily, everyone hangs on to it, but something we didn't talk about yet because we were doing the 4. New leader in this race, Todd Slauson, the 22, out to the point for the first time.
Yeah, Todd Slauson put that Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Is that a Supra?
Yes.
Putting that Mountain Dew Baja Blast Supra out front. As we take another look at the replay from the little touch right there. Shane Griffin dropping all the way back. I think that might have actually helped Shane Griffin out because you could tell he was slowing up a little bit. So maybe he was trying to get to the back as Zach Grinsteiner's going to set the fastest lap so far, Marty. It's picking up. The speeds are picking up. The tires are warming up. And the action's getting really good.
Yeah, bump drafting like what we saw in the replay. Got to be very careful on that on iRacing, especially in the corners. For me, it's a big no-no. You don't want to bump draft in the corners. But on the straightaways, it's possible, but you got to want to make sure the front of that nose is lined up perfectly with the rear end, and you don't want to give them too much of a slam draft because or else it will lift the rear wheels off the pushy off the ground.
Yeah, I think it was at Daytona. It was an IRL race, and I think it was ARCA. And they showed one time, I can't remember who it was, but when they were pushing them, they actually had the back end lifted up. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to lock bumper. Well, you can't lock bumpers anymore into the corners or down the backstretch. So, you just want to just drag that brake and just give them a little push when you can.
Here comes the 57, Justin Barkley, pair of Supras making up row 1. Corey Crowell on the outside in the second row for the NASCAR Xfinity Series drivers here. Now, a lot of change has been on that outside line this entire race. You can say the same for the inside. Also up there, you've got the 3-2, Jordan Lawrenson, and the 92 of Dylan Ayler up there, running 9th and 11th respectively, trying to work together and make their way up to the front. But no line really gained a huge advantage, so to say, early here. I mean, it looks like the drivers are kind of not only while they're trying to get a feel for the draft, but also trying to save fuel too at the same time.
Yeah, as we see right here, though, Barkley's going to get a big shot from Crowell, and these guys have really been working really good together. As the 84 also of Wayne Garland is trying to get up to that back bumper of Crowell to get that accordion effect going and get this freight train where this outside line could ultimately take the lead.
Nice shots from overhead here, as you see.
Great shots.
But that high side just not really getting the momentum it normally gets on the straightaways when you're in, like, for example, a full-on hosted session, so to say. It's really all about, you got to make sure at the same time, can you hold your line throughout this entire track better than the other, and that's what we're really seeing on the inside line.
Oh, absolutely. That's what it's about in the draft nowadays, you know, because you can't pass, so you got to be able to hold the guy behind you. And are you going to be able to do that going 180 miles an hour?
Going past at speeds of 185 miles an hour here at Daytona. Todd Slauson continuing to lead. Daniel Harzy in second. Justin Barkley, Chance Manning, Corey Crowell rounding out the top 5. As remember, we have a stage break set for lap number 30, where a bonus point is on the line here.
Yeah, I don't know where I got 180 miles an hour. I guess I thought it was the Gen 7s. But the Xfinity, yeah, they can open it up.
Oh, touch. Trouble. 84 car over the wall. That's Wayne Garland. Now we got more drivers involved. Up in the air goes the 84. The 2 of Jared Larder involved. Same with the 76, Caleb McKinney. No caution flag. We stay green. Everyone was somehow able to keep it straight.
That is unbelievable because we got cars slowing up on the backstretch, and I don't know why race control did not throw a caution right there, Marty.
It says hearing from race control, iRacing did not throw a caution flag, so again, everybody kept it straight. No one went around, just somebody caught the wall and just a stack up. A lot of drivers getting damaged. Here's what happened with Garland at the 84. Just got hooked, I believe, off of Moore in that 38. And look at that debris all over. Drivers just dirt tracking it in turn 3. But yeah, like I said, nobody kept it. No one looped it, basically. But now this really gives some breathing room for the drivers that are in the top 11, because basically with that wreck, they've broken away from 12th on back. The gap between Brian White in 11th and Michael Smith in 12th is now at 2.2 seconds as you continue to watch the replay of what happened. A black flag's been issued to the 2 of Jarrett Larder. And once again, in all of this, too, we do have a new leader in this race as well. Chance Manning, the 54, has gotten to the point in his Camaro. Big bump draft, and now Swanson goes around. Manning goes around, excuse me. Caution flag waves.
Oh, my gosh. Tough break for Harzy. I really thought he had a winning car today, Marty.
A lot of cars running up front that definitely were capable of race winning.
Wow.
Have crashed in this one. But luckily on the bright side, one quick repair that all the drivers have. Only race where they'll have a fast repair. Once this race is done, there will be no quick repairs. And that we were watching that live here. I mean, that was basically a side effect of a bad bump draft going wrong.
Yeah, that was just like you were talking about slam draft. But I don't think he really slammed me.
I just didn't have it lined up right.
Yeah, the bumper just didn't line up with the front bumper. And oh my gosh.
First caution waves here just before halfway through the stage. Bunch of drivers already taking their cars down pit road, and luckily, I would not be surprised if we saw everyone come down pit road this time by, because like I mentioned, the fuel window here, 28 to 30 laps or so. Drivers can make it to the end of stage 1 without a caution. Another look here at the caution. All 4 wheels up in the air for our defending champion, Chance Manning.
Yeah, tough break for Chance Manning. He was the one that blew over, wasn't he?
No, he didn't flip. Went up in the air.
Up in the air, that's what it was. Okay.
But yeah, again. Yeah, like I said, everyone with a quick repair, so not completely out of this race just yet. Maybe a time of the race where they'll just have to take her a lot easier than normal. So we'll see who decides to come in this time. I would have to guess probably everyone just to top off on fuel here. But if you don't come in, you'll just barely, because of this caution, will help with fuel economy. You'll just have enough to make it the distance, and everybody's going to come in here to most likely top off, except for one driver. Wesley Triplett decides to stay out, or a couple of other drivers stay out. Oh, these cars are laps down, excuse me. Wesley Triplett, no. Only driver to stay out amongst the lead lap cars, so he would assume the lead to try and go the distance here in this opening stage. Is everybody pitting right now? Most of the field, a majority basically, all pitting here in stage 1 on lap 16.
That's a very strategic move by Slauson taking tires though, Marty.
Yeah, sometimes you want them, sometimes you not, but sometimes it may be a time of, oh, I forgot to uncheck, so you may still have that opportunity to turn off the left sides possibly, but otherwise you don't really. So, but race off of pit road, won by Justin Barkley in the 57. It was followed by Dylan Ayler, 92, Ed Brown, the 21, Daniel Harsey, and Keith Thires. You look at the pit stop times here on your screen, mostly fuel only. Other drivers varying either 2 tires or 4 tires. But remember, Emmett, you've got 4 sets of tires. You want to use them wisely at times.
Yeah. As we take a look at the choose cone. Oh, there
Here's
it is.
the choose cone. Drivers will be using that in just a little bit. We come back to the green. Yeah. RJ's all ready to go.
Now, I'm hoping it's a ghost car because if somebody's coming 100 miles an hour.
No, you can hit it.
Wow.
Because if you hit it, it leads to a penalty. More severe than it does in NASCAR, yeah.
Wow. That's
While we
big time.
While we are under the caution flag, a reminder, today's race also brought to you by our friends at Admin Box, purpose-built hardware tool designed to simplify race control for iRacing League admins. Rather than typing commands or relying on complex key bindings, Admin Box offers a physical button box that connects via USB with pre-programmed commands tailored specifically for race management tasks. Its buttons feature LED backlighting for easy visibility, making it ideal for fast-paced and high-pressure race environments. In essence, it transforms asynchronous typing into quick tactile control, allowing you to trigger cautions, manage drivers, handle pit commands, and more, all with the press of a button. Head on over to adminbox.com when purchasing. Use code MARS-BOX. That's box with 2 X's for 10% off on all orders. So this is how they lined up in the choose. And a lot of drivers selected the inside line here.
Ooh, Slauson on the outside.
And that's what's led Todd to restart as the first car on the outside line and nearly had someone take it out. All right, field set to come back to green. We'll put 17 laps on the board this time in our 80-lap event. Wesley Triplett and Todd Slauson, that is row 1. Justin Barkley, Brian White, row 2. Zach Grinsteiner, Ed Brown, row 3. Brandon Puffenbarger and Daniel Harsey, row 4. Shane Griffin, Keith Ayers. That is your top 10.
I just missed the grass being out there on the super stretch.
Seeing some of you check in live here as well on Green Flag TV. If you are watching live, let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. I will chat from time to time. All right, so should be good here for our first restart here of the evening at Daytona. As the pack racing continues here, we're back to the gears at the World Center of Racing. All those penalties are getting cleared because of the choose cone rule. It's something that race control the admins all have to deal with, and field decides to mostly take her easy here. Front 4 all single file. Now Ed Brown switches up top, crossover move from Brian White to get the lead draft here down the back.
Yeah, look at this right here. Is that who's that right there? Let's see. Brian. No, that's the Taco Bell event. Ed Brown.
Yeah, that's Ed Brown, first guy on the outside. Trying to get help from Zach Grinsteiner, but not a lot of folks up there in the draft, so it's going to cost them a lot of time, and they'll lose a bunch of track position. But Wesley Triplett only driver. We got one up on the wall as well across the line. Oh, that was the 42 of Fernandez.
Is that Angel or Angel? Since he's from Mexico, I wonder. Oh man.
Got the inside line here with a good advantage for right now.
Look at that outside line. They're trying to get formed up, Marty, as we see right here. Puffenbarger trying to get to the back bumper of Grinsteiner, but they don't have any help. Is that Joshua? No, that's the 12 of Alex Campbell's back there.
Yeah, Campbell trying to catch the draft of Michael Gervey there in that number 13, and the Xfinity Series slipstream can be pretty strong here at times. You're riding on board here with the 13 of Gervey. Started back in the 18th position, currently scored in 9th. Again, like I mentioned earlier, Triplet, only driver to stay out there, trying to play the economy run to his advantage. But the big disadvantage he has here at the moment, Emmett, is that when you're leading this race, you've got the clean air, you're full throttle, fully on the gas. Where the drivers behind, they have the opportunity where they can lift and up in the wall. The 14 of Grinsteiner falling to the back of the pack with no serious issues, but Grinsteiner just can't get off that wall. He's hugging that safer barrier. Now he gets off of it. But this could be a big disadvantage. He's going to lose all that track time. He won't carry as much speed as you would if you're in the draft there, Emmett.
Yeah, definitely. And also, we had a blinker, so they were having problems as well. But, man, look at Wesley Triplet. I mean, he was a lap down, and now he's not. And now he's leading this race.
Like I mentioned, big disadvantage he has. He's in the clean air. He's full throttle, and he's got to try and make it the distance here at lap number 30 when the stage caution flag waves. Everyone else is good to go, so they can push it no matter what. Let me take a look at the replay here on the 14. Now, he just caught the wall. Just got way too high.
Yeah, just got up on the marbles and just couldn't get it out of the wall.
The field all mostly 2x2. One driver trying to thread the needle 3 wide here. That's Alex Campbell in the 12, trying to see if something can work. A lot of contact, beating and banging. Once again, Griffin gets loose in the 4, able to hang on to it there.
Yeah, and I see somebody further back is starting to blink again. But yeah,
that's Michael Cole in the 67.
How did Shane Griffin save that car is what I want to know.
New driver up on that outside lane here, testing a 3rd lane. That's the private part of that there, and Puffenbarger. And a new driver on that outside line, Todd Slauson, trying to grab that race lead back after he was involved in the first caution flag. That's a battle with Barkley for 2nd.
Yeah, look at the... Oh, we got a car in the wall, guys. Alex Campbell.
I saw Gervey there get sideways in the back right off of turn 2. One driver decides to pull out of line to be safe than sorry. They are getting aggressive, and we're only a quarter of the way through this race. They're racing like it's the last lap here, basically, Emmett.
Well, we do have 8 laps to go in the stage, so maybe that's why they're getting all antsy and stuff. But yeah, they are racing like this is the last lap, and that just gets me excited.
Though 3 wide, 82, 76, both in the middle. McKinney is 1.
Whoa.
And it could lead to a lot of contact there. Everybody hanging on. Do they have the room? Oh, boy, they may not. 2 cars spraying their way up on the wall. One of them was the 13 of Gervey. And, man, he's just had basically a lot of bad luck in this stage.
Yeah, they hung Ed Brown out to dry, and now he's dropping like a fly. But look at this. Brian White... As we take a look at Michael Gervey right here in the 13 machine. We're going to say that he's the biggest loser, Marty, of all those positions from getting into the sucker hole for sure.
6 laps to go at the line here in the stage. It's Triplet followed by Barkley. Slauson and White battling for 3rd, but a lot of drivers realize that was a lot of impatience there, a lot of aggressive racing that could have been disastrous for a bunch of drivers, so many of them playing it safe. Let's just make it to the stage yellow. Let's just try and make sure, not just the stage yellow, but we all want to make sure we make it to the end too.
Well, I want to add, look at the high side, okay? So you have those 3 cars up there. You have Slauson, you have Brian White, and then you also have Caleb McKinney. Well, then Puffenbarger's about 4 cars back. Rather, the inside line has all that energy from Triplet, Harzy, and Barkley, you know, and Griffin and so forth. It's really, but that high line is really sticking good up there. I just don't see how that high line's able to hang with that many cars. But now Puffenbarger's back up there, so throw what I just said out, Marty.
For those wondering about that 82, that's Josh Neal. However, though, he has currently scored at 3 laps down at the moment, and the high side's starting to come to life once again. On board with Triplet, as Slauson tries to get past for the race lead. Double wide here, pace lap, speeds of 185 miles an hour through turns number 3 and 4. Triplet trying to get clear once again there off of the corner, and the 74 should get the lead at the line, but now Slauson gets a big bump draft there. Gonna be close here, give the lead to the 22 of Slauson at the line.
Yeah, Slauson by 1,000. Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy right there if that was the finish for the stage. But look at Triplet on the inside line, guys, getting a big momentum from the 57 of Justin Barkley, trying to give him a big shot as we go down this backstretch.
Yeah, on board with Neal in that 82. Remember, he would not be the free pass car if the yellow were to fly right now. It belonged to Colton Manich in the 00 first car a lap down at the moment. So Neal just riding around here on the racetrack, trying to help some dancing partners make their way back up to the front, but wants to try and stay near the leaders too at the same time, because another benefit, if he's in front of the leaders at a caution, he immediately gets his lap back and won't have to go tail. And there you see Slauson with the clear there on the 74 of Triplet. 3 to go here on this stage.
Yeah, how about Slauson getting in front of Triplet, cutting off that momentum? And now that really helps him out because, like you said, Neal's not on the lead lap. So it'd be Caleb McKinney, but McKinney can use Neal as an advantage and actually use him as a pick to get around Slauson and win this stage.
Oh, look at this, though. McKinney may get held out to dry in the sucker hole up top. Puffenbarger threads the needle 3 wide. 84 car. Wayne Garland nearly hooks the car of McKinney. Now McKinney with no real estate, just trying to hang on to that car for dear life. 2 laps to go in the stage here at the line. Pits are closed when the leader crosses the line.
That could be a smart move from McKinney, though. He could think that these guys getting a little swirly. He could be trying to predict if there's not going to be a big one. So I think it's a good move from McKinney, but he did lose a lot of track position right there, Marty.
Remember, there's a bonus point up for grabs that could make or break your season. Shane Griffin says, I'm not going to take it. He'll head to the back.
Yeah, they're trying to get out of the momentum. I don't know if they're going to be able to
get a little worse for wear. They're dancing up with the double up top there with Slauson and Puffenbarger. Slauson able to clear and hang out to the race lead. Now the other question. Does Triplet have enough to go the distance? Luckily, he's in the dirty air where he can lift just a little bit, which can help with miles per gallon, possibly. 1 lap to go here before the stage break. And the 82 of Neal has got the nose out in front, trying to clear Slauson, which he does. Remember, he's in front of the lead at the end of this one. He'll be 2 laps down when we come back to green.
Yeah, just trying to get
Slauson's just too focused on trying to get past this lap car and hang on for right now. I don't know. It's going to be tight to the end.
Yeah, it's going to be tight for sure, but look at this. He's going to shoot up and block Puffenbarger. That's going to allow Triplet to use the 82 as the pick.
Baby! It's going to be 3 wide off for turn number 4 for a bonus point on the line. Josh Neal in front, Puffenbarger to the lead. Him, Slauson, and Triplet coming to the line for the stage point. Give it to Puffenbarger at the stage. Oh, baby!
Man, what a finish on the stage.
0.02 of a second for Puffenbarger. He edges out Triplet and gets the bonus point to start the season off right.
Wow.
So it's Puffenbarger, then triplets, Lawson, Garland, and Hernandez, the top 5. I believe Josh Neal was in front of Puffenbarger when they crossed the line, so because of it, he'll restart 2 laps down, so big advantage, too, for the 82 as well.
Yeah, I want to take a look at that replay. I want to see that finish once again. Unbelievable.
Look how close it was at the line there as they were 3 abreast coming to the checkered flag.
It's a great shot from our producer, Mr. Dustin Olis.
There you see it. That's
Wow.
17 thousandths of a second on your screen.
That's close.
Kodak moment early here in this one.
Slauson has in trouble, guys.
Nope, I believe they're waiting for the pace car.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are they doing?
Yeah, pace car a little bit too early here. Or was on the snooze button, that's what I should say.
I wonder how many times...
Dustin, do we have commercials? Okay, just making sure because you're not responding on the lounge, on the broadcast chat. Okay. So Slauson still stopped. You know what? I think he missed pit entrance.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So everybody else comes on pit road, and now Slauson's the one that was caught sleeping in all of this.
Yeah, tough break for Slauson right there. This is going to be interesting, and it's going to be very crazy what happens after this.
Top 3 drivers stay out while everyone else comes down pit road. Puffenbarger wins the race off pit road, followed by Brian White, Justin Barkley, Wayne Garland, and Daniel Harsey. And so Choose Cone makes its way onto the racetrack, and we'll set up the next restart. But the biggest loser in all of this, yet to lose any spots, though, is that Toyota Supra of Slauson, though, Emmett. I'm sorry, correction. But, yeah, was definitely the biggest loser. Here's the choose line for the restart. Top 3 cars go low. Top 4 cars go low. Who's going to move up to the outside and get the track position here for this restart? It's the 57 of Barkley, and rest in peace, Choose Cone. And that is Wayne Garland. Choose Cone, meatballed. So Wayne Garland is the one that will pay the repercussions. Will be even worse if he was involved in that first caution flag earlier on, or one of the 2 accidents. As Garland with a blown motor, wiring repairs to come down pit road. So Slauson does come down pit road this time. He'll restart the back of the pack. Same for Michael Smith, Puffenbarger. Also coming in, Kane, Crowell, and McKinney. A lot of these drivers, though, coming in here just basically top off on fuel here at this point, trying to help with economy. Because remember, like I said, the fuel window is at 28 to 30 laps. So we're basically looking at here, when we come back to green, a 1-stop race. 2, though, if we had to do overtime. So field is through 1 and 2. And we'll get ready to come back to the green flag in just a couple of moments. Front 4 rows all double wide with Angel Hernandez and Justin Barkley on row number 1. Brian White, Daniel Harsey, row 2. Shane Griffin, Alex Campbell, row 3. Keith Ayers and Zach Grinsteiner, row 4. And Jordan Lawrence and Ed Brown. That is your top 10 here at the moment. Choose Cone just used a fast repair. You know what? That is a good point. If that Choose Cone gets hit once again, we may not have him for the rest of this race. I just realized that. I'm pretty sure it's a back engine too, yeah. So come back to the green flag, this time by with under 50 laps of racing here. In the first Mid-Atlantic Racing Series, Xfinity Series race of season number 6. Glad you could join us here on Green Flag TV. Once again this season, Marty Sakala, Dustin Allis, Emmett Crow with you. Dustin working in mission control. Emmett alongside me here upstairs at the broadcast booth. So we get set to come back to green. Hernandez, the control car. Same with Barkley up through the gears once again at Daytona.
Yeah, how about Angel Hernandez using that inside line to get the momentum as we get up to speed for the first time today, leading here at Daytona.
Yeah, Hernandez trying to lead his first lap of the day. And look at this. Toyota's all 1, 2, 3, 4 at the moment. And the 42 with the advantage here. Justin Barkley, though, trying to get the top to work with company from Daniel Harsey, Alex Campbell. Also got Zach Grinsteiner up there. He's the 4th driver on the outside. Back on the inside, meanwhile, Brian White along with Shane Griffin, who's been playing it very patiently in this race. And same for Keith Dyer, who's in that 39.
Yeah, the thing about, that 4 too, Griffin we've seen drop back to the back quite a bit. So I think he's just looking as we see Neil get into Grinsteiner right there. And there's Slauson also trying to get up to the back of the 3 of Jordan Lawrenson.
So Hernandez has the 57 and 48 both cleared right now, pacing the field at the moment. And now I think this is the point in the race here where you've gotten through the stage, you've gotten through the bonus point, which once again went to Puffenbarger in that number 5. I think this is where you try to set the rhythm here in this race. You know your fuel for the race car here at the moment, Emmett. Now you just got to try and make sure you set yourself up to the finish. You got to get through the pit stop, obviously, whether it be green or under yellow. But right now your goal is basically just keep your car clean, whether it be on the front or behind you, and make sure you're there at the finish line.
Oh, most definitely. And, as we're hitting that halfway point, we're only 4 laps away from the official halfway point. It'd be interesting to see how Harsey and the rest of the field play this, especially with the pit stops coming later on. So it'll be interesting how they do the strategy on their pit stops, what cars go with who pits with who, and see so you don't have no sitting duck and no lone duck sitting there coming out of the pits.
Picture yourself in these race cars here at the same time, as there's a lot of endurance going on because you're mentally modulating the throttle here. You're trying to be aware of all the cars around you. You're trying to listen to your spotter at the same time. Some drivers, in fact, using real-life spotters, potentially. You're trying to make sure you react to the changing lanes, and you're also trying to deal with the turbulence that you can feel on the race car if you have it as an added bonus. Yeah,
I spoke with my good buddy, Mr. Chris Golden, who races in ARCA for part-time for Club Racing. And, we were talking about this, and he said,
look at this. Boy, that was gutsy there for second spot. Sorry to interrupt you there, Emmett. But, man, Campbell with a big needle thread up the gut. 3rd position, his for now. Daniel Harsey still with the clear on him, but it's Justin Barkley that controls the field here at Daytona. Yeah, and they are getting sideways off for 2.
Yeah, and that was needed to be interrupted after seeing that move. That was a heck of a move from Campbell. And that's the kind of moves you have to do as we see Slauson going back to the front, trying to get the lead back, using the lap car at Neil once again. But Marty, that's the kind of moves you have to make to win this race. It's all about when you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
That's a bold 3-wide move there, and indeed, Alex Campbell decided to raise the stakes right there. Playing a game of poker. Lap traffic leaders are catching up on. That, I believe, is Triplet in the 74.
Wow.
Not sure why he went a lap down after he was battling for the stage win earlier on in this race, but Triplets basically lost the momentum, lost all the draft, and lost just a lot of speed there, too, at the same time.
Yeah, that's very interesting because, like you said, he was battling for that stage point at the end of the stage one.
A 2.5-minute pit stop from what we are hearing.
Yeah, and he wasn't the one that hit the choose cone, was he?
It was not.
I didn't think it was.
The longer pit stop for Triplet may have led to a possible penalty. Here's Neil once again, the 82. He got his lap back at the stage yellow. He's trying to put himself now down to 1 lap down if he can do that. You know, something that could play well to his advantage. If we get a long run here, possibly, if Jared Larder, who's in the back of this lead pack, if he loses the draft, we could have a free pass spot on the line.
Yeah, and we could have a bit. I mean, he could pull Bill Elliott, make it up under green, and then come all the way back and just stomp the field, like we saw Bill Elliott do when he was 2 laps down at Talladega. Made up 2 laps under green, Marty. Came back and won that race. Unbelievable job.
Aerodynamics, though, have changed from the 1980s to 2025, so. But we are halfway home here, 40 up and 40 down. And you've got basically 21 drivers all under a blanket here in this lead pack. All those 21 cars are on the lead lap. In fact, the 14th place car, Michael Gervey, he is 1 second behind the leader. Place driver Dylan Ayler is a half second behind.
Yeah, but look at him. Look at him using Neil as a pick right here. As Lawson's trying to get around Barkley, who's in the lead, but he's using the lap car of Neil, trying to give him that extra push so he can actually get in front of Barkley and take away this race lead.
You know, there's another car up there that we haven't talked too much about yet, that blue 00 Colton Manich. He started all the way back in 23rd tonight, currently in the top 5 for the first time in this race. Highest spot that Manich has been in today.
Yeah, Manich doing a great job. Big shot coming right there.
Yeah, Lawson wanting to get that lead back with some help from that 82 of Neil. Arzy just following the 57, playing her safe than sorry. Look at the drivers on the outside, really getting big time sideways. That low line, holding them. Someone just blew up in the mid pack. I think is that the one car? Yeah, that is Daniel Harzy.
Oh my gosh.
Has lost the motor. The engine jump just got way too high, and everyone's having to dodge a very slow-moving bullet. And that may, oh boy, 76 with some contact there too. McKinney.
Oh my gosh.
Daniel Harzy was just not aware of that oil temp, Emmett.
Yeah, he definitely was. A tough break for Harzy. Had such a great car, winning car, pole sitter. Could have won here, but it just blew up on him.
You know, sometimes that's a factor of, not looking at your dashboard too at the same time as, you know, when I first started on iRacing right on Daytona, Talladega, I was pushing guys as hard as I could. I cooked the motor. And I realized not only was I not looking at the dashboard, I realized that the original iRacing spotter wouldn't warn you about your oil temps or your water temps or your crew chief at the same time. That's why I decided to download the Crew Chief app instead whenever I'm racing the tracks like these. It'll tell me when my temperatures are getting a little bit too hot.
Pretty interesting.
We had Slauson lead for just a moment while he was side by side with Barkley, but the 57 able to clear. And look who's up to second. Michael Smith, first time he's been running the runner-up spot this evening.
Yeah, Michael Smith, great job coming all the way up through the field. Looking really good as Barkley continues to lead. But look at this, Campbell. Oh, Slauson's trying to push Campbell out of line. But now Campbell's going to get that big push from Slauson. Slauson been a good pusher along with Manich. So those guys, and Triplet also there. So the high side's coming into play, guys, as we go down the backstretch.
Campbell and Ayler in their highest spots. Lawson now stuck in the dirty air, one of the worst spots he's been in this evening, and he's desperately trying to get past that 12 of Alex Campbell. Does he create a third groove? Not yet, but Campbell's trying to make sure that does not happen one bit. Look at him making that car wide through 3 and 4. Puts him up on the wall as well.
Yeah, I don't know why Lawson's pushing it so hard. I mean, there's still 35 laps to go, guys. So it's like, why would you push it so hard and ruin your chances at winning this race?
Sometimes big risks play big rewards, and that's what Lawson is trying to do here on lap 46 of this 80-lap show. Alex Campbell, the first guy upstairs, and the push coming from the 22. Campbell wants the race lead. Big bump draft nearly went bad there by Lawson.
Oh, man. Yeah, look at
that. May have been a factor. That may have been a factor of the 002. Sorry there, Emmett. As Manic caught the wall, Manish rather, and is about to lose a plethora of spots.
I like that word, plethora. But yeah, and Triplet was threading the needle big time. Of course, this isn't for position, you know, Triplet being a lap down. But man, he was causing some havoc trying to thread those needles going 3 wide through that super stretch for sure.
Oh, and now Triplet. Lawson going to lose a lot more spots here once again. Just caught the wall in turn 1, and man, once again, Campbell very wide off of turn 2. That car looks like it's handling tire the exit of the corners, and Triplet is trying to make the pass here at the same time, but remember, he is in the back of the pack, and the 42 of Hernandez running in 5th position. He and Campbell only drivers running the high side for right now, so we may see a single file train in just a moment.
Yeah, look at Ed Brown. Look at all the damage to that car. If you look at the front, the right front fender. Never mind. I thought I saw some damage, but I guess I didn't.
Hasn't really been involved in any accidents today. Now we look back up to the front. Wesley Triplet in that 74 trying to get one of his laps back here on Justin Barkley. Is it going to be possible with a push for Hernandez? The 42 trying to be a factor of it himself.
Yeah, look at this big shot coming from Michael Smith to the back of Barkley. But, I mean, Joshua Neal is doing a great job, you know, getting back. Right now he's back on the lead lap. But he's been a good pick for some of these drivers, as we see Hernandez trying to use Triplet as a pick to get past Barkley.
So something as well we probably should talk about, as it's going to come in about maybe 10 laps or so from now. If we stay green, we'll see around the pit stops. That will definitely divide this pack up for sure. How do you want to set this up as new leader out in front, the 42 of Hernandez? Really bump drafting that 74. Got the rear wheels off the ground, and the 82's up there as well, and Neal getting one of his laps back. So Hernandez is scored as the leader right now, but Barkley trying to get back underneath.
Yeah, they all look like they're in a hurry to get to Jackie Jones, Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge and Ram in Georgia. They're really trying to get them good deals there, Marty. Sorry, I saw that up in the corner, and I had to throw that in there.
On board with Manich in the 3rd position for right now, down to 4th. Let's get back to pit strategy here at the moment here, Emmett, because pit road, it's just as important as the draft. A clean stop, it keeps you in the lead pack. One mistake, and you're swallowed up by the draft in seconds.
Well, not even just getting your stop done, getting onto pit road, because we've seen it so many times when drivers try to fan out coming down pit road. We've seen so many accidents. So it's really important to be on that microphone and telling everybody, hey, pitting this so-and-so, pitting this time, so that you don't get ran into the back of and you don't cause the big one coming down pit road.
It's not only that. You cannot pit alone here at Daytona. If you're by yourself, once again, like I said, you lose the draft and you go a lap down in a hurry. You're trying to coordinate with your teammates, trying to coordinate with other drivers in the pack and decide when you're going to come in.
And we do not want another Kevin LePage moment.
Yes, you gotta keep, that's why there's a blue line exiting turn number 2.
Yeah.
or else you will be penalized. What a view that Manich is getting, though, up front for the race lead. Barkley and Hernandez going at it with under 30 laps of race to go here at Daytona.
Yeah, great racing going on as we hit less than 30 laps to go. This is where you got to find your dance partner, Marty. And this is where you put the gloves on and just hammer down and try to get in front and try to win this race.
And that low side now coming to fruition. Look at how many drivers are lined up on the low side at the moment. They're just the drivers in the back obviously playing it safe than sorry, but the drivers in the front, it's absolutely helping them out in the corners. It's surprising, though, that Barkley hasn't been able to get the race lead here from Hernandez, and I wonder if it has to deal with Neal and Triplett trying to get their laps back. Up on the wall, though, goes Gervey in the 13.
Yeah, and now with Garvey going into the wall, look at who's right there, guys, in P5. Todd Slauson in the 22 machine. That 22 machine has been able to push so well tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how the 22 can get it up to the front, or if he's just going to push the Hernandez back to the race lead.
Gervey just caught the wall all by himself, basically. As you watch Hernandez once again try to get the lead from Barkley. The 57 has found his way back up top of the leaderboard, but just cannot make the clear on that outside. If he can, that's when that 57 obviously is going to feel a lot more comfortable. But we know how good Slauson has been tonight, Emmett, on that outside line.
Oh, most definitely. And we see right here, you're seeing it as he's giving Manich a big shot and then shoot it up to Hernandez. All Hernandez has to do, Marty, is get up to the corner panel of Triplett, and that's going to push him into the lead. Of course, we see right now he is your race leader. But to get in front of Triplett and Neal, the lap cars, needs a bigger push to get to that corner panel and side drafted in front of Triplett for sure.
How about as well, Jordan Lawrenson in that 3, right in the 6th position, highest he's been, and he has got as well his SEMC Speed Shop's teammate as well, the 92 Availer. You know, we haven't talked a lot about the teammate game, but man, oh man, would you love to not only pit alongside your teammate to make sure you're drafting together, you love to be drafting with your teammate at the end of the race.
Oh, that's definitely correct. Because like you said, you know, you go and you pit alone, you're set and duck, and you're going to be multiple laps down, if not just one. But I mean, it's very vital, you know, even if you don't have a teammate. Some of these single car, if anyone's a single car team, I think they're trying to make deals. You see spotters up on the roof trying to make deals about coming in and pitting at the same time as well.
25 laps remain here at Daytona. Should be expecting leaders in about 5 laps or so to come down pit road for their what should be their final stop of the evening. And now Justin Barkley remains your race leader. Took advantage of the stage yellow as the first driver to choose the outside and went from probably row 6 if he chose the bottom to row number 1. And the 42 of Fernandez also has been running near the front since we went back to green. Colton Manners has made the front work. The 22 of Sloss has been dominant up front all day. Even with that little mistake he had, ending the stage where he missed the entry to pit road, Slauson still ran up near the front. But a lot of fast contenders still up in this one as well. Yeah. And how about that 54? I'm sorry. How about this 54-2 of Chance Manning too, Emmett? Was involved in that big wreck we had around lap 15 or so. He's found himself back near the front in 6th.
Yeah, definitely. And what I was going to say, Marty, it's also going to be interesting if Triplett and Neal come in with these leaders. So, I mean, that's also going to be interesting. But I don't expect that because, I mean, once these guys hit pit road, those two are going to get back on the lead lap.
Big moment in this race as well. Hernandez was able to clear the 57 of Barkley, but it cost him a lot because of the dirty air of the 2 lap cars. Here comes Manich and Slauson. 1-2 off of turn number 4. Manage trying to lead for the first time tonight, and green flag pit stops begin. Jordan Lawrenson, Dylan Ayler, Zach Grinsteiner, and are the first three to come down pit road here. And you got to make sure you hit your entry perfectly. 60 miles an hour, and Jordan Lawrenson.
Wow.
Call for the black flag for speeding, and that's going to hold him in pit road for a long time. The Normo Lawrenson most likely will be out of this one. Should we go green to checkered?
Oh, man. Tough break for Lawrenson. He had such a good run going, and we're going to take a look right here.
There's the pit entry. Did he lock him up? You
Whoa.
saw the back end get a bit. Yeah, right there. Back end got sideways. You can easily tell he locked the brakes up.
I just couldn't get it slowed down enough.
Let's see who's the next to pit here in this cycle. Hernandez leads everybody, a bunch of drivers in, a majority of the field in. Hernandez, then Barkley, the 42, cooks up the right front in speed. Around goes the 76 of McKinney. Oh, and Griffin T-bones him there.
Man, I thought he was going to save it there for a second.
Black flag Hernandez for speeding on pit entry.
Oh, man. Tough break for Hernandez.
The 42 has been one of the best cars out here since we went back to green, and will likely not have a chance at winning this race. Now Todd Slauson back out in the front. Everyone hugging the yellow line. I would have to assume that everyone would come down pit road this time by.
Yeah, you would think so. As we take a look right here, Caleb McKinney almost missed the commitment cone, and I think that's why he was sliding in.
3 drivers in. Triplet, Neil managed the only driver amongst the lead lap cars to pit in, and Triplet, did he get a black flag? I don't know if he did. It was very close. I don't see anything. Man, he almost lost it there on pit entry. So Manich will be working with a pair of lap cars to try and get back up to the front of this field. And now the leaders will catch a toe off the drivers that just exited pit road a little bit.
Yeah, look right here. They're just going to freight train them on the outside. Doesn't have any trouble. Look at Dennis Kane up there, guys.
20 laps to go at the line, and here comes nearly everyone but Michael Smith will stay out, and he's going to have a lot of cars behind him. 5 cars, Corey Crowell with a long time back. Now, this isn't something that's going to really help nor hurt Michael Smith. Help in terms of he'll still have a pack to work alongside. Hurt, though, he's about to be freight trained, though, by Corey Crowell on back because of that draft.
Yeah, about to be freight trained as well, but it could play into a factor. He could slide up in front of him and actually use that momentum to stay in front of Crowell. So it'll be interesting to see when it gets up there.
Highest driver on track that's made the pit stop already. Colton Manich in the 00 alongside the 82 of Josh Neal. So a lap car definitely helping out. Followed by Ed Brown. Now the leaders all coming up for the 76 though on the track. Smith, ooh, did he get a black flag? He did. Michael Smith busted for speeding.
Wow. Another driver just got busted for speeding, and we've had so many, Marty, tonight.
I guess you could say it's Speed Week out in Daytona. Instead of it being on the A1A, it's on the 2.5 mile high banks.
Yeah, definitely.
So rest of the leaders all on pit road. Dennis Kane now will assume the top spot, with Colton Manich up in the second spot. And this is where Manich is really in a good catbird seat at the moment, because he's got a huge push coming from the 82 of Joshua Neal. And now, as I said, this train on the low line will start to bunch up together, but Manich will basically have insurance here at the moment.
Yeah, definitely going to have insurance as they're coming up on Crowell and Puffenbarger.
They should merge just inside the top 10 here.
Wow, look at where Dennis Kane merged at.
Yeah, how about Dennis Kane? Yet to talk about him in this race today. Scored in second. Ed Brown around the outside. Now second through sixth, all double filed out. And again, Neal pushing the 00 of Manich. I wonder what the engine temp is like off the 82 if he's trying to push him out to a sizable race lead.
Yeah, just trying to push him out there, just trying to get him away from everybody.
now working on the back of lap traffic here. That's Jordan Lawrenson, followed by, there's another car back there, so keep an eye on the 3 and the 42. They'll be battling for the free pass should there be another yellow. And with the way how close they are here, Emmett, they're close to getting another yellow.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, well, it looks like they might have a yellow there, but they're able to keep it clean. And look at Ed Brown getting a big shot from Barkley.
And so now this pack has basically come to life here. 6 cars on the lead lap that are in this pack with a bunch of back markers as well. Second pack is Brandon Puffenbarger, Corey Crowell, and Brian White. The third pack led by Dylan Ayler in a single file line, followed by Chance Manning, Zach Grinsteiner, and a bunch of others on back. But all eyes for the race lead with 17 laps to go. Manich leading Kane by 2 car lengths.
Yeah, and Manich just doing a great job.
Look at the high side, though.
I was about to say, look at that high side, and look at who's up there pushing, Slauson.
That's your guy, that's your guy there, Emmett. Ed Brown, you're just a big fan of Taco Bell. Hang on, 99! Dennis Kane really sideways there in 3 and 4 as he caught the apron. And what a save he made, and a great job by all the drivers to check up and avoid. But in the sucker hole now, Ed Brown left out to dry. He'll drop in the back to about the top 5 or so.
Yeah, and that's a tough break for...
Here's a look. The back end got out from underneath them. But that apron, when you go from 31 degrees to flat banking, it just wants to eat you alive.
Oh, yeah, and you'll bottom out for sure.
So now with 16 coming to 15 laps to go, Michael Smith going a lap down in the 45. It's Manich, Barkley, Slauson in third. Fourth, Ed Brown, Keith Thyers rounds up the top 5, but a little bit far back. So 4 cars on the lead lap that are in this lead package. Justin Barkley says it is time to go to work. Let's leave the 00 and the 82 out to dry. The battle is on for the race lead in turn 1.
Yeah, look at the 22 of Slauson, just been pushing great all day, all night long. And now he finds himself, it's time to go. He hit that go button right there and really pushing, but now he's moved himself to the inside. Now remember, I just want to add, Marty, that you cannot pass below that yellow line. You cannot advance your position. That is out of bounds. And as I saw Slauson taking a peek, if he would have not got pushed back there, that'd be a black flag for sure.
Luckily, Manich able to hold on to that race lead. Barkley took a risk, didn't work. He had some help from Jarrett Larder in the 2, who would be the free pass car at the moment. So a battle for the lead, battle for the lucky dog at the moment. And now it's Todd Slauson up to second. And we know how good he's been on that high side. He's going to challenge for it when he sees the high side in the rear view start to come to life. And it's starting to do it once again with Justin Barkley leading up top of the 57, but Slauson decides to not go up there. Barkley's pulled up to that quarter panel. When we come to the line, 13 laps remain at Daytona.
Well, I think Slauson can't get up there because look at this. Barkley is battling with Joshua Neal, so that's going to allow Slauson not to be able to make the move. As we see, Angel Hernandez is sitting there.
We got caution.
Third and run. Oh, man.
Oh, big crash in turn number 4. That is Campbell, and I believe that's Gervey in the 13, too. No, that's Manning in the 54.
Man.
That was that third pack we were talking about earlier that was mostly single-filed out. And this is going to change everything and bunch everybody back up for a late race restart where the aggression's going to be off the rails. You see the contact there, the 54 and the 12, and 2 hard hits. Yeah, 2 hard hits by Campbell and Manning when Gervey got sideways. Yeah, just a simple checkup there.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Having some technical difficulties on our replay.
Good looking shot of the new HUD.
Yeah. Jarrett Larder receives the free pass here. So he'll get back on the lead lap when we come back to green. And
Oh, yeah, just got loose
just
right
a
there.
learning moment. So
Somebody
we'll
help me,
have...
guys.
So we will have under 10 laps of racing to go. When we come back to green, just when we thought we had 6 drivers with a chance to win it, we're going to have 15 now with a shot at winning this race.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which line is going to prevail as we're coming up to the choose cone. Sitting there
Next lap, I believe we're going to do it.
Next lap, okay.
Yeah, next lap, yeah, everyone's going to have a chance to go down pit road. It'll open up this time by... I know the aggression, like I said, it's going to be off the rails. Something we haven't talked a lot about yet tonight, Emmett. The side draft. These cars are very good at side drafting at drafting tracks like Daytona, Atlanta, and Talladega. And the drivers haven't really been door-to-door that close with each other when it comes to car widths. But as we're in the witching hour of this one, they're going to be as close as possible without making contact.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Emmett.
I was going to say, yeah, and then also, is this the calm before the storm? I mean, these boys they played nice for a little bit, but, I mean, we're getting down. When we go green, we'll have, 8 laps to go?
I would have to guess about 8. Some drivers coming in to top off on fuel. Ed Brown, Dennis Kane, Brian White, Shane Griffin. It's not a bad idea in case we go to overtime or maybe even 2, because we do have the possibilities of having green-white checkers, I believe, here this evening. We'll just have to double check on how many there would be. But, yeah, could be a factor just in case. So, not really a bad decision, but you'll just have to draft as hard as you can to get back up to the front of the field. So, hey, while we are at it, under this caution flag once again, gives us an opportunity to take a look at what is coming up here the rest of the week here on Green Flag TV. Tomorrow, actually, correction, I believe this is at 8:45 or just starting now. OMS are out at Homestead, Miami, so you could go double box on that. Wednesday at 8:30, we've got Premier Sim Racing at New Hampshire. And then at 9:20, we got a beer league at Fuji Speedway. Thursday, 7:55, Average Joe Sim Racing League at Talladega. Then at 9:15, we have got the Speed Cup Series at New Hampshire. Then your weekend schedule. Saturday, 7:55, or excuse me, Saturday, 3 o'clock, we got Velocity Online Racing at Indianapolis. 7:55, Speed Cup Series or Speed Racing Alliance. At Dover, correction. Then Sunday at 7:30, we've got BP out at New Hampshire. All on Green Flag TV. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing here today, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications here at the same time.
Yeah, I'll be there in New Hampshire with our good buddy, Mr. Justin Prince, bringing all the action. Had a great race. The last race, Sunday night, Mark Arthur was able to win at Iowa, so it'll be Iowa. So it'll be interesting to see how he builds on that momentum.
Yeah, the choose cone is still dealing with. I think the choose cone got totaled up.
For real.
So then you basically just don't get to choose. So note to the officiating team or the admins, get some backup choose cones next week, even if that means not racing yourself.
I just want to add it was Phoenix, not Iowa, that Mark Arthur won last Sunday night. Sorry. I got my events running together.
Should mention, too, next week for the Mars Xfinity Series, we'll be headed to Kansas Speedway for 104 laps. Make sure you join us right here on Green Flag TV for the action.
There's no place like home.
All right. So we'll have 9 laps of racing to go when we come to green. How will this turn out? Here's how the field's going to look when we come back to green, your top 10. Colton Manich, Justin Barkley, row 1. Keith Ayers and Todd Slauson, row 2. Brandon Puffenbarger and Corey Crowell, row number 3. Michael Gervey, Dylan Ayler, row 4. Shane Griffin, Caleb McKinney. They round out the top 10. Now, Something we need to talk about here as well is late in the race. It gets chaotic. At Daytona, you can do everything right and still get caught in someone else's mess. And it could definitely, without question, to the big one. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when here at Daytona. You just don't know. You could be at the wrong place at the wrong time, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, we could either go run it all the way green to the end, or we could have cautions, breeding cautions, breeding cautions.
Pace car is in. Manich and Barkley. They've been the dominant 2. Slauson dominant 3. Since green flag pit stops. Back to green. 8-lap shootout. 9-lap shootout.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit for these guys to get back up under speed. But right away, Slauson's going to shoot to the back of Manich, as he's got drafted help from Barkley as well.
And this is something that Manich is going to have to deal with now. He does not have Josh O'Neill behind him like he did earlier after green flag pit stops. First driver on the outside. Keith Dyers in that 39, trying to move up the field. Brandon Puffenbarger trying to thread the needle 3 wide. The battle for third. Here comes Slauson around the outside for the race lead. One driver. It's Michael Gervey in the 13.
Yeah, Gervey in the 13. He's trying to get the momentum up to the back. Trying to get the big push. Excuse me, sorry, that's Barkley. My bad.
8 laps of racing to go, and Slauson is there. Up to the quarter panel of Manich for the race lead. It's Slauson with a push from Puffenbarger. It's Manich with a push for the 57 of Barkley. And it's Dylan Ayler rounding out the top 5. Haven't talked about him in a little while.
Definitely haven't talked about him.
Slauson with a rough exit there off the corner. Allowing the low side to get a slight advantage down the super stretch. And how about the 4th car on the inside line as well? Caleb McKinney, I believe, was a lap down earlier in this race, if not involved in someone else's mess. And he's up in the 6th position, coming to 7 laps to go.
Yeah, if Caleb McKinney wins, it's Newports for everybody.
Not me.
Not me either.
The drivers as close as they've been to each other. The speed's been ramped up. The aggressiveness off the charts. Off at turn number 2. One car a little bit sideways. That was Puffenbarger. Oh boy, a lot of drivers jockeying out of position. One small move can cause a big rock. And it just led to one driver fading back, and it was the 22 of Slauson, who's down to 4th. Dylan Ayler in the highest spot in this race in 3rd. Same with McKinney in 4th. Coming to 6 to go.
Yeah, look right here, Manich able to keep the bottom, but look at the push that Puffenbarger is giving to Slauson. Now, if Kroll is able to get to the back of Puffenbarger and give Slauson the big shot, these guys could freight train and possibly take home this win.
On board the 5, do we see any aggressive side drafting off at turn number 2?
Yep, right there.
You see it there off the 57. Nearly a bump draft gone bad towards Slauson there. The 22 car out to the point for right now. Speeds topping 190 miles an hour to 3. Slauson double on the top jump. Oh, that clears sideways. What a save. Holy moly for right now. Up the wall of 5. Everybody for right now keeps it straight, and Colton Manich hangs on to the lead with 5 fingers in the air. 5 to go.
Oh my gosh. Man, how did they not crash right there, Marty?
That's the Good Hands Driving Award of the race without question. Puffenbarger hugging the safer barrier, nearly 3 abreast. Look at how close that was to being the big one.
Yeah, and look at Triplet.
That's dirt tracking on 31 degrees of baking. Now look at Justin Barkley. He's up the middle. Side by side with Manich for the race lead once again. Puffenbarger tries to work on the top shelf. Mama hides the cookies. 3 by 3 by 3 into turn number 3. Please don't have anyone make a mistake with 4 to go at the line.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to play nice right here.
Oh my God, Brandon. Oh boy.
Get off that back bumper, boy.
This is the wildest. It's Ben. It's gonna be the wildest. It will be for the rest of this race. 4 laps remaining. Manich and Barkley side by side. Puffenberger up on the wall again. And the 20's right in front too. That's Corey Crowell. Oh, we got Trouble Smith around the 45. Caution flag waves. We're going to overtime.
Golly.
And now take a deep breath as we head to overtime.
Thing is, though, Triplett is 2 laps down, and he was racing like he was going for the win.
3 pass should be Jordan Lawrenson in the 3. And look at what happened. You see Smith catches. I want to say that's the 2 of Larder. And around goes the 45 in front of the 20.
Man.
Yeah, get a drink, take a deep breath, stretch around. Because when we go green, you are not going to be wanting to sit down one bit.
Yep.
So should mention, too, we do have up to 3 attempts at overtime if we need them. And that is going to be the situation here. We'll have a green, white, checkered. Come to the green flag, and guess what? The choose cone is about to come back.
Well, that's good.
After 42 minutes on pit road. Or in its stall, I should say. It's still on pit road. We're not going to do it. Rip. He just said no.
Aw, we want to see the
All right. Let's see if anyone comes down pit road this time. Maybe top off on field. Remember the top 5 drivers did not pit under the last caution. Manich, Barkley, Ayler, Slauson, and McKinney. A majority of the rest of the field decided to on lap 69. I would guess you wouldn't pit here basically at this point unless you're like really tail line just to top off on fuel here. Make sure you're good to go the distance if you're not feeling too confident. Puffenbarger is going to come in, and I would assume this is to not only just top off on fuel but repair maybe some optional damage that he had from hitting the wall earlier. Same with Larder in the 2, Neal in the 82, and we're going to give credit to the 82 as well. He's been running up near the front as well today, but after he blinked earlier on, did not have the track position he needed to get back up to the front.
Yeah, sorry, Jarrett Larder missed his box, had to back up, so that's going to cost him some time in the pits.
All right, so we're coming to 1 lap to green. This time by. And again, a reminder, next week for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, we'll be at the Kansas Speedway for round 2 of season number 6. Start time 7:45 p.m. right here on Green Flag TV.
That's going to be an interesting track as well.
Kansas always a fun 1.5 miler for the Xfinity Series to go on. And so we should have the pace lights come off, the caution lights come out this time by. And they do now. So first of 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. Should we get the caution flag before we take the white? We'll do it one more time. If we get the white, we'll go to the checkers. If they wreck, no caution will be thrown. It's just a 2.5-mile dash to the finish line. Colton Manich, Justin Barkley, that is row number 1. Dylan Ayler and Todd Slauson on row 2. Caleb McKinney, Zach Grinsteiner, row 3. And Ed Brown and Keith Thiers on row 4. Brian White, Dennis Kane round out your top 10. Shane Griffin, Brandon Puffenbarger, row 6. Michael Gervey and Jarrett Larder, row number 7. Jordan Lawrenson will restart tail in the 15th position. Those are the cars on the lead lap when we come to the green flag.
I wonder if that's Keith Ayers. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Great.
Field getting set. Final moments before they take the green flag to the end. These will definitely be, without question, Emmett, and definitely without question, the longest 2 laps of each driver's life trying to win it.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be a long time. I think about it's like riding a bull, you know. It's only 8 seconds, but 8 seconds seems like an eternity, for sure.
Alrighty, take number 1 of overtime. Off of turn number 4. We're going to at least 82 laps. Colton Manich, Justin Barkley, Dylan Ayer, Todd Slauson, Caleb McKinney, or the field belt to find out. We're back to green.
Take a little bit for everybody. Get up to speed.
Manich able to clear Barkley for right now, but the 57 decides to choose the top. Wants that push from Todd Slauson in the 22. Up the hill goes Caleb McKinney, but realize Ed Brown was there. He'll give the 21 the lane. They stay 2 by 2. No lane changes as they head down the super stretch.
Stay clean, stay clean, stay clean.
Barkley still has the 0-0 Manich cleared, trying to take the race lead away. Now the low side with the advantage like it normally does in the corners. How about the push coming from the 26, the 92 rather, of Dylan Ayler. Off at turn number 4 this time by. Doctor's jacket is in the air with 2.5 miles to go. Couple of drivers getting sideways out of control. They've taken the white flag. We're going to the finish.
Yeah, and look at Puffenbarger just move up through the middle, as we saw right there, Marty. They're coming down the super stretch for the final time. This is going to be a good one. Take us home.
A typical trend off at turn 2. It's normally Calamity Alley on the super stretch. Will it happen right here? Manich and Ayler still drag racing down the back chute. Everybody bump drafting for their lives. Ayler with a push to the 0-0 of Manich. Barkley trying to hang on for the help for the 22. They're 2 wide. They're 3 wide in turns number 3 and 4. But out alone, all by himself, Colton Manich. Dylan Ayler looking for one final shot off the corner. Can he try the slingshot? Coming to the home stretch of the checkered flag. No! Colton Manich with the win as they go crazy behind them.
Now, hold on a second. Did Manich go down the yellow line?
Doesn't matter if he was leading. Unless he forced someone below, it doesn't matter. Manich is the winner.
Wow. What a race.
And give him credit for keeping it clean until we got to the checkered flag. Manich starting 23rd tonight and taking the victory. Ayler 2nd, Barkley 3rd, McKinney 4th, and Grinsteiner in 5th.
Props to Colton Manich.
And here's a look at how they went crazy behind.
Wow. Slauson.
Five hundredths of a second. Manich beats Dylan Ayler by. And we're looking forward to talking to your top 3. That's what caused everything. That's what caused the big one to end this one. Barkley getting hooked, but luckily hangs on for 3rd. I think that was off of, I want to say off the 14 of Grinsteiner. Couldn't recall. We're watching from upstairs off the 76.
As you see McKinney sliding down almost into the wall, he's going to bring it home in P4.
But time for burnouts here. From Colton Manich, he wins the season opener at the World Center of Racing. I think he's just getting a quick photo here before he lights them up.
Maybe he's a bark.
All right, we'll pop up the results here as Manich the winner by 500ths on Dylan Ayler, Justin Barkley third, Caleb McKinney in fourth, Zach Grinsteiner in fifth, Ed Brown sixth, Keith Ayers seventh, Todd Slauson eighth, Brandon Puffenbarger. All right, welcome back. Apologies for those technical difficulties. We started in victory lane with Colton Manich, your race winner here tonight. Colton, congratulations. How important is it to start the season off like that with a win, especially at Daytona?
Thanks, man. It's huge. Always want to start the season off with a lot of momentum, and to grab it at Daytona is always cool, especially in the season opener. I was just telling the guys, usually my luck is not the best when it comes to super speedway racing. I find myself up front, but I usually find myself wrecked. So to finish one off is pretty awesome.
Take me through that finish at the end, and did you expect Barkley and heck, even the 22 as well of Slauson to be contenders there for that win?
Yeah, for sure. I was actually pretty nervous. I was watching the outside line. It was forming, but I actually went, I don't know, probably 15, 20 laps earlier in the race, and I was trying to make that outside line work, pushing Slauson and somebody else, and I was noticing that inside of it, we just couldn't get past it no matter how hard I was pushing. And so I knew coming down to the wire, the inside line was probably going to be the preferred line. And, thankfully the 92 gave me a really good push on that restart. And we were able to just get the momentum onto the final lap and was able to pull through to the win.
What do you want to give shout outs to before we let you go?
Definitely the guys that make this league go around. Everybody's Mars, but especially Corey. This league has been big supporters of me. They actually got me over here from another league, and gotta thank those guys. Everybody at Williamsburg Contracting, Racing, Shenko Custom Diecast, and again, you guys for doing the broadcast, and everybody who makes the thing go around.
All right, Colton, we'll let you go. Congratulations, a good start to the year for you. Well done tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Colton Manich, your winner here this evening. Our second place finisher, the man that pushed Colton to victory lane, and that being Dylan Ayler, and he is caught up with Emmett.
Dylan, talk about a topsy-turvy race, man. Great job bringing her home P2. How does it feel to finish runner-up here at Daytona?
Really good for the way it started. We got involved in that early incident, and then that kind of set us back. We were kind of marched back forward, and then trying to make green flag pit stops. We got spaced out, and I thought there for a minute we were going to be hung out to dry, but we got that late caution, and I was able to hook up with Colton there at the end and just kind of push him out there. And it was really hard because I was running out of fuel, and I thought that green light checkered was really gonna bite us. But I was able to save, and said I wasn't trying to do nothing too crazy. It's a long season. We're gonna try to be competitive in the points. Just didn't want to do nothing too stupid. But yeah, happy to come home second.
As we head to America's Heartland next week, how do you feel about your chances at Kansas?
I like Kansas. It's not so much luck like Daytona, but more, you can put it on the driver. So we'll maybe we can have a similar result, maybe be one step better. But yeah, I like my chances at Kansas.
All right, and before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank out there?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the guys at SEMO Speed Shop, A2 Performance Horses. Make sure you go check out Rant and Raven YouTube channel, Kool-Aid Jr., and Baldwin Racing Engines.
All right, well, we'll see you at Kansas.
Appreciate it.
All right,
Marty?
so Dylan Ayler there finishing in the runner-up spot, and rounded out the podium here this evening, Justin Barkley in the 57. Oh, I put him in the wrong room. My mistake. Hang on a second. Give me one moment. There we go. We got him. Justin, a nice third-place finish there, but what more did you need there at the end for Colton?
Man, you just can't get anything running on the top. I'm just glad I just managed to hang on to third. It was getting a little hairy there at the end.
Talk me through those that overtime. How much were you trying to side draft there at the end, going for the win, and I'm curious from your perspective in the car, since we're not in it, obviously. How much were you being bump drafted there?
Yeah, shout out to Slauson for sticking with me when he was pushing. But yeah, I was afraid to side draft too much, then leave that third lane open, and then everybody leave me, and I would go to the back. So I did my best just to manage that, side draft a little, but it was fun.
Well, a great run though for you tonight. Congratulations. Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Shout out to Mars for putting on the league. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting, and shout out to Dunk Down Motorsports, my teammates.
All right, man. We'll let you go. Great job tonight, and best of luck next week.
All right, thank you.
Justin Barkley rounding out the podium, but it's Colton Manich that gets it done in the Mars Xfinity Series here. So we get set to sign off and head to Kansas Speedway next week. Emmett, final thoughts.
Wow, what a great race. We had everything, Marty. We had a lot of good drafting, a lot of good side-by-side racing, and some big wrecks, but an unbelievable finish as well.
So with that, we will bid you adieu on this evening. If you're looking for more iRacing action here tonight on Green Flag TV, OSMRL is running their Xfinity Series race at the Homestead Miami Speedway. We recommend you swap broadcasts over there, and make sure you go check them out, do a stream raid over there. But with that, time to say goodbye for now on behalf of everyone here at Green Flag TV, the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series, all the fine drivers, sponsors, and admins. On behalf of Dustin Allis up in Mission Control, Emmett Crow, my broadcast partner, I'm Marty Sakala. The following has been a production of Green Flag TV. Congratulations to Colton Manich. He's your winner this evening at the Daytona International Speedway. So long.